Hey, what's up guys, this is Marl here today. Just came out from the episode 4 of Boruto, Ninja Battle of the Sexes. And I'm going to give you my review of it. And basically I kind of felt that this episode was a bit somewhat filler, but then again, there's really no true manga. There's not really no true manga series with it, so everything's up to grasp for this point. But this might be considered, it's maybe considered canon, maybe not, but at least it's enough to put that out of the way. They also started with the students learning about summoning jutsus. From Konohamaru, able to summon a toad, but when I first saw it, I was like thinking, is Konohamaru missing on the way to becoming a Sunny? But that's not really not the case. Because I don't think Naruto really exactly trained Konohamaru into the ways of the toads just yet. He only trained in the Rasengan. So that's pretty much it. But it was nice to see the summoning jutsu come from the new generation. And we'll get to more on that one, on how a student is able to summon another thing, really later on in this episode. Also seeing Shino as a seeing Shino as a teacher also was more fleshed out here. But the one thing I want to know about is the whole thing in the title Ninja Battle of the Sexes I thought it was going to be a fight between Boruto, and Sarada to emphasize a new generation of Naruto versus Sasuke feud when they were kids and students. When they were students in the Ninja Academy. But it turned out to be not just one person was against a whole entire class. So it was all the boys versus the girls, and a race to capture the flag. But everything was up for grabs. Ninjutsus used, ninja weapons, and any form of booty trash that Shino just placed all over the school was all up for grabs. And yeah, especially that one of it. I love the fact that the whole thing was so started of argument over a Yokisaba bun for lunch that Boruto and Sarada were fighting over to see who gets first. It also led to, before that, during the whole summoning classing, it led to an argument between both the girls and the guys, saying all the guys are saying they're dinner, every time you do something stupid, we end up getting the run of it. And when the guys say to the girls that you think of one thing, you say another thing. Kind of just like contradicting yourselves. So this led to the race between a catch of flood between the guys and the girls, with every character, at least with the main ensemble, being introduced. And during the race, though, was able to get in small direction from Shino, but some students. They might become the more main ensemble. But we're only a credential for 4 episodes in, we're only get shitloads of the 7 students. From Boruto, Sarada, Shigeta, Inojin, Chojo, and Metal with Mitsuki, we'll get to him in a second there, as the main 7, basically the next generation of the Konoha students, like Naruto and his classmates were the Konoha 11 back then, or the Konoha 12, back when Sasuke was still with the group. Now, seeing all these treasures, seeing like boo chest, seeing you see signs of Shigeta's intelligence again, as he pulls a trick on the girls, blocking the path with his metal gate. And you get to see another part of Inojin's Super Ninja Scroll this time with the chameleon, freaking out the girls because he can't handle anything reptile-like. And now, since playing a little bit of a trick, it turns out when Boruto activated the sprinklers, the chameleon from Inojin started to lower down how when water touches ink and like smothers it. So basically, there's also a bit of a touch saying that Inojin cannot fully maintain the Ninja Scrolls to contain water like Sai did. And as for Chojo, we saw a small glimpse of her expansion jutsus from her father, Choji. And another part where we see Shigeta with his shadow possession jutsu from his dad Shikamaru. Also, it's basically nice. This episode is saying we're going to see the future a lot. The team up of Shigeta, Inojin, and Chojo serving on line when the students all graduate. More signs of Metal with his capabilities, but he's great in physical abilities, but he lacks mental ability. He has performance anxiety issues. I don't know exactly where they came from. Maybe we can see more of Rock Lee. Maybe we'll get an explanation to that. And now, as for towards the end of the episode, excuse me, I think I'm clocking about like 7 minutes for this episode, I think. towards the end of it, in the rooftop, Boruto decides he has a scroll with him. He did this for 7 jutsu, but what he summoned was a complete different beast. As instead of demonic. So with his chakra ability, it was a 7 something like that. Screams volumes, so when we see a potential Boruto as a ninja in the future. Like when Naruto during the Chunin exams, he was able to, not only he was able to create shadow clones, but create transformations of his comrades. But that should have taken a massive toll on him since he already did shadow clone jutsu beforehand. But still managed to come out swinging and throwing a punch to one of the enemy squads. It shows a bit of how much chakra this guy still has. And a small fragment of the Ninetales flux that was leaked outside of him during the mission in the war in the village hidden in the village hidden in the mist. So this is a little nuts saying that Boruto has some chakra stored in him. He's not too sure that it's actually a small fraction of the Ninetales chakra infusion since his birth, or whether there's more to Boruto than meets the eye to this point. Konohamaru realizes that, and so he's thinking like maybe Boruto should keep an eye on just in case his chakra gets any more out of control. And as towards the end of the episode, we finally get to see the appearance of Mitsuki. Mitsuki finally experiences in the anime. We already know that he's going to be part of Team 7 later on, but we're going to see how Mitsuki joined up with the group in the first place. And the preview for the next episode is called The Mysterious Transfer Student. So the next week's definitely going to be more of a Mitsuki-heavy episode. Seeing from his personality, where he came from, and at least what can he bring to the students, and what makes him so mysterious. But he'll be coming in the main, but we definitely know he's going to come in the main ensemble, at least within 7 students. But we don't know exactly that much about him just yet until next week. Overall, I like the episode. It did kind of feel like a bit of a filler, but there really is no proof. In fact, this made me filler until like we get some confirmation about that afterwards. But overall, this was a good episode. Seeing the boys versus the girls in a battle of the sexes kind of way was nice to see. And seeing the fact that the student body president, the class rep actually got the flag and the girls won in the end. After all that, I felt like the boys were winning because they were more crafty. But the girls ended up winning. But it ultimately took a rain check on doing whatever they want. So it kind of brought it was basically a way to teach and bring the whole students together in one cohesive unit. So it's a little lesson there to teach. Overall, I'm giving this episode a rating. It was just a good overall. So what do you guys think of the episode 4 Boruto? And what are you looking forward to see next week when Mitsuki finally makes his appearance in the anime? Let you guys know what you think in the comments below. And if you like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, comment below, share with a friend, and I'll see you all next time. Laters!